You're going to love Eddie today, okay? So welcome to another amazing session of TheSparkr, where this is like an Answers Inside the Business Studio, where we can really get a good inside feel for what it is to start and operate and grow a successful, I'm going to call it a salon. Maybe we call it a beauty salon. They come in different variants, but it doesn't matter. Eddie and I have been talking a lot, and I know you're going to love Eddie. So Eddie Gallo, we're in one of his salons today. We're here on University Drive here in Coral Springs, Florida. University Drive is a huge street. And it's in a professional services building. So you're gonna see some footage of that. We're not on the main drag, even though we are. And that's how he does his branding. And Eddie goes way back to, and I'm gonna ask him some questions. I guess I'm already giving it away. So without further ado, here's Eddie. And Eddie and I are gonna have a good in-depth conversation about your story and how to start and grow a successful salon.
Okay. So
there's Eddie. So we're gonna be relaxed, it's gonna be conversational. We're gonna try and keep it somewhat in subjects. And so let's start with your story a bit. We were talking earlier, and so one of my questions was, when did you first learn to do hairstyle? That was my question. Or you're just an owner, but you told me you had to do hairstyle first. Go.
Right, so I didn't learn to do hairstyle when I started doing hair. I literally would take my sister's Barbies and just cut them.
Okay, so they had good looking.
Like, I just thought it was fun. I just was always drawn to it. Like, I just liked the concept of it. So of course, obviously you can't cut your sister's doll. That hair don't grow back.
So you almost always knew you wanted to cut hair.
I always knew. Well, I always liked cutting hair. I didn't know that that's a career when I was younger. And then I had to earn my walking money. Like, your parents are going to give you school.
That was when you were around 20 or so.
No.
Younger?
I was younger than that.
Oh,
I was
younger.
probably like 13, 14. We're going to get a good education. You're going to get food, a bedroom, and school clothes. Anything else you want, you have to earn. So I'm like, all right. So I went to Family Salon, and I swept hair and served coffee, and I would hang up your coat in the winter, and then they were getting their nails done. So you would hang the coat in the air so they can get the coat on.
Okay.
I was like a little host.
Okay, nice.
But I would watch. I would watch every one of those hairdressers. There were 22 of them. And I would watch and observe. And then I get home and you're my friends. And you come over and we're doing something after school or a project. And I'm like, you want to cut your hair? And they just say yes. So I just start cutting it.
You have to watch the movie Don't Mess with Zohan.
That's what you
It's
said.
a hairdresser movie. You're going to love it. So you learned all that bottom stuff up. Go ahead.
So I would watch it.
Yeah.
Duplicate it on friends. The parents would get mad. Look what he did. Don't worry. And then
Look
so
what he did.
they would get it fixed, and I would do it again. And they're like, he just does this. They have to tell him no. And if I found a box of color, forget it.
You started doing color. Oh, gosh.
So I remember the first color was highlighting. I found a box of Clairol frosting tips. And my sister was there, and I'm like, we should highlight your hair. Because I watched them pull it through the holes.
Sure.
So first I did mine. I pulled it through every hole.
You colored your own hair.
Yeah, and so, like, yeah. And I took it off. So I look like Calico Cat because there's stages of lighting. And so then she's like, oh, I'm like, let's do yours. Well, this is when you have disposable cats. Okay. So I pulled it through only the front because there was only enough lightener for the front. So that on the box, it said the halo effect. So I pulled through the front, but I painted that lightener all over. Well, it soaked through the holes from when I did my whole hair. So when we took it off, it had little orange dots.
And this is in your late teens.
Yeah.
At this
all
point.
over her hair. So we had to get that fixed too.
So you went to the School of Hard Knocks, Street Fighter tactics of how to learn, and then you started.
Then I decided I'm going to do this.
Craving more Eddie magic? Head over to TheSparkr.com and start your 7-day free trial. No credit card is required for the free trial. Get started today.